Today I am going to talk about a topic that is burnt out professional versus radiant purposeful professionals. What if I told you that the biggest lie you have been sold about your career is not about money, promotions, or even work life balance? The biggest lie is that you are just a resource, a human resource, replaceable, dispensable, fighting for scraps in a world that is convinced you that there is never enough. But 150 years ago, there was a man who would have looked at our modern professional world and would have said, "This is not a career crisis, this is a spiritual crisis." His name was Swami Vivekananda, and today I am going to show you his revolutionary blueprint for transforming not just your career but your entire relationship with work itself. By the end of this video, you will understand why your Monday morning dread is not about your job, it is about forgetting who you really are, and more importantly, you will have a 6-step system to reclaim your power, purpose, and peace in the marketplace. So, if you are tired of feeling like a cog in someone else's machine, you are ready to stop competing and start creating, then this message is for you. Hit that subscribe button because what we are about to discuss will fundamentally shift how you show up to work and to your life also. What is the disease in the professional mind today? Let me paint you a picture of the modern professional world and tell me if this sounds familiar to you. It is 6:47 a.m. Your alarm screams before your feet hits the floor. You are already checking your emails. You are not even fully awake and you are already reacting to someone else's urgency. Is it true to you? You commute through a sea of faces, each person lost in their phone, their own bubble of anxiety. You arrive at your office and log into your home office, and for the next 8-10 hours, you will be competing, defending, proving, and scrambling. Sound familiar? Now, here is the deeper question. When did you accept that this is just how it is? Vivekananda would call this a VUCA world of the perpetually hungry, not hungry for food, but hungry for more. More recognition, more security, more validation, more, and even more. But here is what he understood that we have forgotten. This hunger does not come from external scarcity, it comes from the avidya or, say, ignorance of who we really are. Let us explain the problem, the core problem. We have been conditioned to believe we are small, separate selves fighting for limited resources. Your colleague gets promoted. That is less opportunity for you. Your company downsizes. You are expendable. The market crashes. You are vulnerable. This is the scarcity mindset that is destroying our professional lives and our soul. And this is all lies. I see this every day in my coaching practice. Brilliant professionals, engineers, manager, consultants coming to me burnt out, anxious, feeling trapped. They ask, "How do I get ahead?" But that is the wrong question. The right question is, "How do I remember who I am beyond my job title?" Because once you remember that, everything changes. Your work becomes worship, competition becomes cooperation, fear becomes fearlessness. Vivekananda had a term for this transformation. He called it man making, not just career making, but character building. And today I am going to give you his exact blueprint, a 6-step solution. Step number one, shift your identity. Shift your identity from human resource to divine instrument. Step one is the most radical. Stop identifying yourself as a human resource and start seeing yourself as a divine instrument. Vivekananda taught that every soul is potentially divine. That means yes, you reading emails at 10 p.m., you are not just a marketing manager or an accountant or an engineer. You are consciousness itself, temporarily playing that role. Here is how this changes everything. When you know you are the eternal Atma, temporarily wearing the costume of professional, you stop being afraid of losing the costume. Every morning, before you start work, spend 2 minutes saying, I am not my job title, I am consciousness, expressing itself through this work. Watch how this shifts your entire energy. This is a practice you have to do. Let me tell a story. I know a professional, let us call her Prakash, who was terrified of being laid off. Once he started this practice, he stopped operating from fear and started operating from strength. 6 months later, he got promoted to a role he didn't even know existed. Why? Because fearless people attract opportunities. Step number two, redefine your purpose. From promotion to purpose. Most professionals are climbing ladders. How can professionals only follow compasses? Instead of asking, how do I get promoted? Start asking, how does my specific skill serve humanity? Your work is your yajna, your sacrifice, your offering to the world. A software developer is not just writing code, they are solving human problems. A teacher is not just sharing information, they are igniting the mind. Let us say practical exercise. Take out a piece of paper right now. At the top, write your job title. Below that, write, through this role, I serve humanity by, and complete the sentence. Keep writing until you feel that spark of meaning. And real world application. When you connect your daily task to this deeper purpose, Monday morning stop being something you dread and you start being something you anticipate. Because you are not just going to work, you are going to worship. Now let us come to step number three, practice divine vision. From competition, go to cooperation. Here is where the magic happens. Start seeing the divine in everyone around you. Vivekananda taught, serve man as God. Your annoying colleague, feel his divine. Your demanding client, feel his divine. Even that boss who takes credit for your work, divine is having a very human experience. When you see everyone as the same consciousness wearing different masks, competition becomes absurd. You don't compete with yourself. Instead, you start looking for ways to lift others up because lifting them up lifts you also up. What is the practical technique? Before every meeting, take a breath and silently acknowledge I am about to meet different expressions of the same consciousness that I am. Watch how this changes your interaction. Let me share a success story. I worked with a manager who was constantly clashing with his team. Once he started seeing them as divine beings, expressions rather than obstacles, his entire leadership style transformed. His team's productivity doubled and he became the most requested manager in the company. Now, let us come to step number four, embrace tyaga, renunciation. Go from greed to gratitude. This is the step that transforms scarcity into abundance. Tyaga, that is conscious renunciation of the greed for more. I am not saying, I am not saying become poor or stop wanting success. I am saying stop being owned by your wanting. Define enough for each area of your professional life. Enough salary to live well, enough recognition to feel valued, enough challenge to grow. When you reach enough, celebrate and focus on giving rather than getting. The paradox is here is the beautiful paradox. The moment you stop desperately needing more, more starts flowing to you naturally. Why? Because you are no longer operating from lack of consciousness. What is the daily habit for this? Every evening, ask yourself, what did I give today? Not just what did I get. People who focus on giving become magnetic to opportunities, resources, and connections. Step number 5, cultivate fearlessness. Start from security seeking to self reliant. A person who fears losing their job is a slave. How can professionals work from strength, not from fear? Your real security doesn't come from your bank account, your job title, or your company's stability. It comes from your character and your capacity. How to build this fearlessness? Fearlessness is not the absence of fear, it is acting in alignment with your values despite the fear. Every time you speak truth in a meeting, every time you stand up for what is right, every time you take a calculated risk, you build this muscle. And what is the practical strategy? Create what I call a fearlessness fund, both financial and psychological. Save enough money to feel secure for 6 months. More importantly, continuously develop skills that makes you valuable anywhere. It is inner work. And the daily affirmations are my value is not determined by external validation. I am worthy because I exist and I have something unique to contribute. Here comes the step number 6, become a healing presence. Go from fitting in to transforming. The final step is most powerful. Stop trying to fit into a broken system. Instead, become a healing presence within. What is the vision? Every interaction you have is an opportunity to bring more consciousness, integrity, and peace into the professional world. You become a center of sanity in a chaotic environment. And daily practices the three question method. Morning, ask, how can I serve today? Midday, ask, am I acting from fear or from strength? Evening, ask the question, did my presence today add harmony or discord to the world? And there will be a ripple effect. When you show up as an awakened professional, you give others permission to do the same. You become the change you want to see in the corporate world. Friends, these 6 steps are not just career advice, they're a spiritual practice disguised as professional development. And that is exactly what the world needs right now. The awakened professional can create revolution. Imagine if millions of professionals around the world started applying these principles. Imagine offices where people see each other as divine expressions rather than competitors. Imagine board meetings where discussions and decisions are made not just for profit, but for the good of all stakeholders. Imagine companies that see their role not just as wealth generators but as consciousness elevators. This is not just a nice dream. It is an inevitable solution, like you're choosing within your profession. You have a choice. You can continue to be a victim of the broken professional paradigm, or you can become a pioneer of the new one. Vivekananda said, first, be a hero. Conquer your inner chaos, that is fear, jealousy, insecurities. Then go into the outside world and serve. So I challenge you, let your office become your first monastery. Let your work becomes your worship. Let your profession become your path to awakening. Here I call to action. If this message has resonated with you, If you are ready to stop being a human resource and start being a divine instrument, then I want to invite you to take the next step. I have created a comprehensive program called Passionate Professional Tribe. It is where mid career professionals like you come to apply these ancient principles in modern workplaces. And what they get? In this program, you will get a complete 90-day transformation roadmap, weekly group coaching calls where we solve real professional challenges using these spiritual principles, a community of like minded professionals who are also on this awakening journey, practical tools and techniques you can implement immediately. I only work with a limited number of people at a time because this level of transformation requires personal attention and dedicated community, the support of a dedicated community. But before you join this full program, I want you to give you a taste of what this transformation looks like. I am hosting a free masterclass where I will go even deeper into these concepts. The link to register to this masterclass is in the description below, and it is also in the bio. It is completely free, and I promise you, you will leave with at least one breakthrough that you can apply immediately. And please do me a favor. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. The professional world needs more awakened souls, and you might be the catalyst that sparks someone else's transformation. Subscribe to this channel because I'm on a mission to awaken 1 million professionals to their true potential. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that could be key to your next breakthrough. Remember, you are not just a professional having a spiritual experience, you are a spiritual being having a professional experience. There is a big difference, and once you understand it, nothing will ever be same again. The question is not whether you are capable of this transformation. You are absolutely are. The question is, are you ready to stop settling for a career and start living your calling, living life with a purpose, doing your profession with a purpose? Register for the free masterclass, join the conversation in the comments, take the first step towards becoming the awakened professional the world desperately needs. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we dive even deeper into the practical application of these spiritual principles in the modern workplace. Until then, remember, arise and awake. The world needs not more successful professionals, but more awakened souls in the profession. You have the torch, light it. Thank you for watching this video.